Hello everyone, Ninja here. In this video I'll be taking a look at the Supercell Make website and the current campaigns for Clash of Clans. If you're unfamiliar with what Supercell Make is, it's a program where artists can submit their own artwork and designs for Supercell games, and the community can vote for which they would like to see released in the game, with a share of sale profits available for the artist whose design is chosen. For Clash of Clans there are two active campaigns at the moment. One is to design a new scenery for war bases, and the other is for a new skin for the Barbarian King. Submissions for new creations is now closed, but there's still time for you to vote on which you like best. Taking a look at the war base sceneries, there are a few which have really caught my eye that I'd like to highlight. The first is called Inferno Town by Thiago Messias. Some of you may be familiar with Thiago's work. He creates detailed 3D Clash of Clans renders that are often shared on the Clash of Clans subreddit, Twitter, Instagram and other sites. His work is impressive, so it is worth checking out. This is Inferno Town. Right away it has a very similar feel to the standard war base with the colours used and the lava. Taking a closer look at the top left, we can see a large Inferno Town monument and a camp area. Each of the structures in the camp has a roof that looks like it's got a golden P.E.K.K.A helmet on. There's also a lava pit or a pool with a larger P.E.K.K.A helmet in. Moving around to the top right, there's a P.E.K.K.A head made out of rock with what looks to be lava flowing from it, the P.E.K.K.A and fire being a general theme of this scenery. Carrying on round to the bottom right, we can see there's what looks to be a fortress with a fiery glow coming from the grate on top. There are golden cannons surrounding the top, maybe protecting the stone bridge above. At the bottom of the fortress, we can see another P.E.K.K.A helmet with fiery eyes. Finally, on the bottom left, there's another camp with a bridge or an archway in the rock. It looks like there may be some other areas cut into the rock face on the left with a doorway that looks like another P.E.K.K.A helmet. I think this map fits very closely with the standard war scenery that we've always had, both with the theme and the colours used. I love the level of detail, it's definitely up there with the same high standard of sceneries created by Supercell. Next up we have Crystal Caverns by Bristafa. This one caught my eye due to the neon colours giving it a cyberpunk or Blade Runner appearance. It's very different to the standard war scenery. The play area being a different colour really helps add to the overall aesthetic, but this is something we haven't seen change with previous sceneries. This makes you wonder if it would be the standard tiles rather than the purple tiles we see here, which may take away from some of the impact it has. On the top left we've got some pathways with what looks to be maybe a cyborg head with neon pink eyes and some blue crystals in the rocks. There's also some stalactites hanging down from the ceiling, so maybe this is an enclosed area in a cave or something. On the top right we've got more crystals and a waterfall. This is a nice reference to the home village scenery where the waterfall was recently added back in after being absent for quite some time. It looks like there may be some fireflies hovering around the waterfall also. On the right hand side there's a hint of some pathways and a ladder. Moving to the bottom right we can see some channels with water flowing from them from under the arena area. The water, or whatever it is a bit of an unnatural colour, but this fits in well with the other neon colours in the map. There are also some more pathways and ladders leading off to the side. I like the mist surrounding the arena area. It could suggest that the arena is quite high up with deep drops all around it. Finally, on the bottom left we've got more crystals and waterfalls from under the arena. It looks like there's a climbing wall and some sort of winch on the left. Maybe this confirms that the arena is quite high up and explains the mist. There is what looks to be a skull cut into the rock by the bridge also. Just like Inferno Town, I love the level of detail in this design. As I said at the start, the cyberpunk style and neon colours really caught my eye. It's very different from what we've had so far, which is what makes it stand out for me. Next up we've got the Lava Ice Hound from Simon Hamid. This has a contrasting fire and ice theme with the two extremes meeting in the middle. I guess this is quite similar to the two clans coming together to battle in war. On the top left we've got a huge lava hound and a pool of lava in a settlement area. There are some smaller huts in front of the larger building, maybe that's a community building. The scorched ground ties in well with the regular war scenery which we're very familiar with. Moving to the top right, here we have the contrasting environment with snow and ice on the ground. This side has a giant ice hound perched on top of a hill. We have a mirrored settlement area, although these are covered with snow. On the right hand side we get a glimpse of an icy river. Moving down to the bottom right we've got more snow and ice with a forest. We can see more of the river we saw above, and there's a stone pathway leading from the arena to what looks like some sort of coastal defence or something along the river. There is also a smaller settlement area around the campfire on the edge of a forest. Finally, moving to the bottom left, we're back into the lava hound side. There's a huge pool of lava with what looks to be a mortar on a rock in the middle. Maybe it's a lava launcher from the builder base. There is more forest area at the bottom. This is a very minor criticism, but I think that the green trees do look a little out of place in such a barren area. Maybe they could have been scorched tree trunks or something, but this is really nitpicking. There is a lot of detail to study. The contrasting ice and fire is an art concept that we see quite often because it works. A great scenery. Finally, onto the last scenery I'll cover in this video. This is Ancient P.E.K.K.A ruins by Luan Espedito. This one caught my eye due to it being a very different art style. Although I'm sure it was probably created digitally, it looks like it was painted by hand. The arena appears to be on top of a mountain in the clouds that's quite old. On the top left there is what may be a watchtower rising above the clouds, linked to the main arena with a chain. Maybe that's a method of travel for getting to and from the watchtower from the arena. This links to some of the buildings by the arena, amongst some trees or other greenery. Moving to the top right, it looks like we've got a stone P.E.K.K.A helmet cut into the rock with fiery eyes. It looks like there's been some weathering to the rock and the left horn is badly damaged, which also suggests this arena's been here for a long time. It looks like there's some steps up to the top of this rock. Moving to the bottom left, we can see some stone steps leading up to the arena with some discarded weapons, maybe the remnants of previous battles. There's a stone skull on a pillar with fiery eyes, similar to the large P.E.K.K.A head. Due to the art style, this scenery doesn't have the same level of detail as the others, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's refreshing to see a different take on the design brief, and as this scenery already has enough votes to become a finalist, it appears other people feel the same way about it. That's the last of the sceneries I'm going to look at in this video. There are a load more submissions, so it's definitely worth taking a look at the Supercell Make site to see what other artists have created. The link for that is in the description, along with links to the 4 others I've looked at today. Voting is open until the 29th of January, so be sure to get your vote in for your favourite by then. There is also a campaign for designing a skin for the Barbarian King too, so check that out and vote while you're there. That's it for this video. If you have any specific questions, ask them in the comments below. Links for Twitter and Discord are also in the description. Thanks for watching.